Okay, guys, this is going to be a little rushed because I just got home, but the teams are already picked. Um, wait, what? Okay, stars are doing something different. Bodrum, Kimpaz, Azula, and Lerun. I'm not sure why. Are they having attendance issues? No, there's Kid, unless he was late. And then Card Sharks are running the default. They do have home field, but they are not doing anything fancy with it. So, uh, this is interesting. I guess Stars are trying to get a little bit more durability out of the Jong, but he could potentially just kind of die. And there's utility in the Jong as well. Weapon toss is amazing, like just amazing, especially in ACFL. So that can severely reduce Sharks' overall damage output. And it's very good against Hartney as well. With the Runesmith, you can't cast runes unless you're wearing your rune staff, so disarms hurt them more than most. But this is still interesting. So we'll have to see how it plays out for him. One minute left. I don't know. Let me go ahead and take the overlay off before I forget. I mean, Sharks at this point have got some pretty good synergy between these players that they're fielding tonight. That's been their primary lineup for, I suppose, at least the second half of the season, at least, since they picked Slann up. Bodrum, Kimpaz, Azula obviously have tons of experience. Lerun, however you want to say that, the Jongleur, I'm not sure if he has experience in ACFL on other alts, but I believe this is the first time he's been in this season at least. So that's some high pressure environment for your first match to be in the championship. We'll have to see how well he manages to handle that pressure. We've got an egg golem and a skeleton for Stars. Looks like Bodrum's going to keep dropping corpses until he gets a Draco. Not much luck so far. It's not working for him today. And if he keeps this up, I don't know how many corpses he keeps with him, but he could potentially just run out of corpses, and that could hurt him later on in the game. So he's got to be careful here. And yeah, it looks like he's done. He still wants to be able to have some corpses. Maybe he ran out and that's why he stopped, but if I were him, I would have stopped before running out just to make sure that I still have some corpses if I need to run the flag later. If you can still drop something and have it there to rescue you. Kind of a slow start so far. Stars were hanging back in order to try and get the Draco. I think Sharks just kind of don't want to walk into them. I think they want Stars to walk in. There's the Hammer of Cleath dropping down. I wish you could see from the stands who's getting stunned and when, but unfortunately we can't. Azula does smite Hartney, although at this particular point in the game where he's just dropping the runes or the hammers, I'm not sure that's necessarily the best thing. I mean, the damage on the hammers is not the key thing there. We do have a Ray Blind onto Azula, so that's interesting. She cures it. More just hammer spam coming down. The AoE stun. Pretty buff. Especially against a team like this that's kind of all casters. You know, Lerun is not really a caster. It's hybrid, but as an S elf, you know, Shell and SE elf, you're kind of a caster-ish with some physical utility. Slann, you know, took some big damage already just based on, you know, just from the cones alone. And it looks like the Sharks have not really been able to... Where is Grendel? Hang on. That's... Is Grendel just hanging back, or did he never make it in? Is he link dead? Azula gets weapon broken, and we're still not seeing Grendel in. Like, I'm trying to figure out if he's just like intentionally hung back in order to keep the heat off of him for a while. But like, this is a really long time for him to be hanging back intentionally. Kimpaz picks up the flag. Something has gone seriously awry here for Sharks. We've got some regenerates dropping down onto the mages, healing each other up. Death Shroud comes down onto Bodrum. Hartney breaks his own rune staff, trying to weapon break somebody else, but he's not skill blind, so he puts a new one back up immediately. Dispel goes down onto Slann. Hartney breaks another staff before breaking Lerun's. I don't think Hartney realizes that, or maybe he's just dirt kicked. That could be the case as well. But I'm not sure if he realizes that Bodrum is death shrouded, or maybe he just doesn't care. He could still be Holy Smiter. That thing lasts for freaking ever for some reason. Bodrum gets choked. Kimpaz scores, however. And this is still a 3v4. Bodrum gets cured, so he is going to be down for a little while unless Lerun can get over there to wake him up. But I don't see that. Well, Kimpaz gets choked as well, but not before picking up the flag. So they're gonna have to kill Kimpaz here. But I mean, it's still a 3v4, and I don't know what Sharks are gonna do in this situation. Like, you can't go in against Stars 3v4 and expect to win. And so this is really unfortunate for them that whatever Grendel is no longer logged in. So yeah, he went link dead and is no longer in. Yeah, I wonder if he had a power outage or something. Another choke down onto Bodrum. And cure poison again. Kimpaz gets woken up and repoisons. But Sharks just don't have... They can't stop this 3v4. This is really unfortunate. Another weapon break onto Azula. Blind goes down onto Slann. Another weapon break onto Azula. I mean, Hartney is just breaking everybody's weapons so they have nothing to use, but it just doesn't matter. Merilith is wimpying now. Bodrum is back up and on the field. Hartney goes down. Bodrum gets choked out and cured again. Slann is wimpying as well now. I mean, this is just over unless Grendel gets back, and he's still not online. I mean, at this point, even if Grendel does get back, it's pretty much over. Merilith goes down and off toast from Azula, but Bodrum and Kimpaz are still pretty much untouched. There's the second capture for stars. Another blind onto Slann. And I mean, that's pretty much going to be it. He's blind unless he gets a whale oil to work. He can't really stop this next capture or run. It's him against all 4 of stars. Azula picks up the flag, which is an interesting choice. I mean, I guess the idea is that she's injured, so might as well let her die. But, you know, if Kimpaz captures, there's no way for them to stop. Well, I guess this way Kimpaz is free to go chase down if there's any kind of counter capture happening. But there goes Slann, and now there are no sharks on the field. Bodrum is now empath healing Azula, but it's going to be another tick until Azula's actually up. For some reason, Lerun was not roostering. Not sure if that indicates that he's out of mana or what exactly. But this is over. There's no way for sharks to stop. There's no way for sharks to do anything without Grendel. And there we go. Clean 3-0 for stars, but you know, sharks were a man down, and there's really not much to do from that position. I mean, it's disappointing as a spectator, and I'm sure if you're the Sharks right now, as a pretty devastating way to lose a match, and you can't really afford to just hand Stars matches like that. So that very well could mean that, you know, Sharks have lost the finals. I mean, there's still hope for them. They could win 3 matches in a row, but it's going to be a very uphill battle. Well, I mean, I guess that does it for tonight, guys. You know, next match is on Tuesday. Hopefully, we can see Sharks put together a good effort. At least put on an exciting match. I mean, I don't know what to say here. Thank you for tuning in. That puts Stars up 2-0 in the championship series. One more win will give them a 3rd title. Tune in Tuesday to see if they can close it out. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good night.